Hey there, happy today, Michelle Lee. Day 1 of 90 days inside of the Video Matrix. You are talking to the creator of the Video Matrix, and super excited to bring this journey back to not only myself, but to all of those who go forward from here on out, and to all of those who've already been part of this journey before. We're really excited to give you the best of what the Video Matrix has to offer. And so, that being said, I'm going to get right down into it. Day 1, what has been my video experience? What has been your video experience? And, what kind of fears would I like to, blast past this month? See, I've already been through this process. And so that was years ago. And I am here again because I'm challenging myself to take on this path and take on this journey of personal development and getting comfortable in front of the camera again. Because to be honest, even though I've been away from it for a little while, you still get nervous. You still think about, what will people think? And you worry about, how you look, how you sound. I have to say, I'm really past a lot of that, which is why I encourage, I'm pushing myself to, move forward and bring something different this time around, but not only for myself, but to you, the viewer. Now, I'm in our van right now, and the reason I wanted to do this video today, specifically in the van, is because when I got into video, I was so scared. I really honestly, it was the scariest thing I've ever done, was getting in front of the video. I was afraid of how I sounded, afraid of how I looked, afraid what people would think of me, being rejected not only by like my peers, but by my family. And honestly, like having to do this face to face. See, I've learned to look over here to the left where that little button is, like the little camera, and I have found that when I look at that little camera, I can't even see myself. I'm just focusing there, and I have found that that little tip has helped me so much, so that I'm not looking at myself and judging that process, judging myself. And I think sometimes, in fact, I know that getting in front of the camera is sometimes the hardest thing for any of us to do. In fact, it is, public speaking in general is, people would rather die. They fear public speaking before they fear death. And I think that is, pretty remarkable. And knowing that if you can get past that first day, get past that first week, get past the first of the challenges, like anything else, you're going to be smooth sailing from there on out. And so, I brought to you, I mentioned before about being in my car, and I started video in the car. I actually did videos while driving, which if you follow me back in the day, you'll remember I did videos while driving. People would say stuff to me all the time. However, I just like to be in the car. In college, I would actually go study in my car. When it came time to go to do the bills, I'd make the office my car. I'm not suggesting people do all their videos in the car, because honestly, check out the scenery. It's boring. However, I came out here just to demonstrate, to bring myself back to once where I was, which was in my car and scared. And I'm going to share with you a tip. If you are in your car, and you wanted to do a video, because, my whole take on it, I'm not suggesting you go drive and do videos. So please don't take it like that. I'm more so talking about, even just sitting in your car and utilizing, say, the lighting in here. The lighting is beautiful outside right now. I have natural lighting right now. It provides, I don't have to hold it. So that is really cool for me. I just like that. I digress in going here. So the tip I'm going to share with you is, if you are in your car and you have 2 hair elastics, I'm just going to give you a different view right now. You have this right here. Ooh. And so what I used to do, I'm not in the driver's seat right now, I'm in the passenger seat, but what I used to do is I would tie this up to my rearview mirror, and I would do videos while I was driving. I justified it in the sense that in driver's ed, I learned that you check your rearview mirror every 20 seconds when you're driving. So if your camera's there and you're keeping an eye on the road and you just look up again, I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just sharing with you my personal experience. So Video Matrix has been the result of not only my personal development experience, but the result of our video experience, both Mike and I. We started doing video together, not together, although we did do it together. We started off separately, and that was doing our own videos. And so the very first way of getting on video for me was being challenged by mentors and doing a video challenge. And I honestly can't remember how many days it was that we did this video challenge. I want to say 30 days, but it could have been 90 days. I've already lost track of that, but I got into the online space with the idea that, you know, in order to succeed in the online world, you have to become good at video, and you have to become good with this relationship with yourself first and foremost. And so, yeah, I started doing videos from a video challenge, and Mike and I started doing videos together. And by the way, videos together with someone else is a whole challenge by itself. You have to, you know, learn to speak together and, you know, not take up too much time. And there's all these different fun things when you're doing it with a couple. You know, however, I challenge everybody to get comfortable in front of video first, and, you know, get past the fears, blast past the fears of, you know, what are people going to think about you? What do you think about you? What do I sound like? What do I look like? You know, being really hard on yourself. You are going to be your own worst critic, and no one is going to be worse to you in this video than you will be. And so that is a big thing that people must understand, is that you have to overcome you have to overcome your ego that tells you all of these things that, you know, protect you. Well, you don't want to get on video, everyone's going to see you, you don't want to get on video, the government's going to save it, you don't want to get on video, they're all going to laugh at you. That's not true. And I'm here to say today to tell you that, you know, imperfect action is better than no action at all, which is inside the video matrix. We don't tell you how to be perfect in front of your videos. We just want you to take imperfect action and jump on your personal development journey first and foremost. And the path and avenue is video. And, you know, listening, you know, what happens inside the video matrix, you know, what helps us get past that fear? Other people. What happens because of other people? Well, people love on each other. When you share your story and you're sharing your heart and other people are listening, the heart expands without you even trying. A compassionate heart forms. So if you've been needing more compassion in your life, more love in your life, more happiness in your life, just more gratitude, more thankfulness, more forgiveness, I highly recommend that you get and become part of the video matrix. We have a free group, and then we have this challenge, this group here that's a paid group. You know, so we're going to have everything available to you, whether you just want the free group and you want some tips and tricks on, you know, how to be consistent in videos, you know, be inspired to do videos, be inspired in your personal development journey, then I'm going to ask that you know, become part of that free group. And if you're wanting to do videos like this right now, if you're wanting to take on that next step of who you are and where you're going, then we encourage you to become part of this private group, and become a member and start taking that video challenge today. Challenge yourself to become better. Challenge yourself to blast past your fears. Challenge yourself to share your story, because sharing your story is the hardest thing any one of us can do. And so with that being said, I think I've done an okay job for having not been on video for several years, with the exception of yesterday. You know, and I wouldn't be as good as I am today if it wasn't for my path and my personal development path and journey in using video. If it wasn't for the video matrix all these years later, I wouldn't be as good as I am today on video. And so what do I want for you? I want that for you and every single person that comes through this door. So if you're watching this, thank you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 2, and I hope you have an awesome night.